When the moon hits your eyes like a big pizza pie.
That's...
Amore.
We were all trying to think of something witty to say instead.
I forgot we
nothing
were
came.
recording because I was looking at memes.
That's how you start the show.
Hello.
Hello and welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Backwater Bastards in space.
On espace.
On espace.
To be perfectly French with you.
That's on the
Yes.
space meatball.
Oh shit!
That's one spacious meatball.
That's my favorite kind.
just large and vacuum.
How are we all doing then?
Well, it's
Been worse.
I'm okay.
Dying of heat. Heat stroke is real. I need to
I
open
don't
the
know
window,
why I
but I can't
laughed
because the
so
road
much
will
at that.
just...
Probably because I'm in
The
Iceland.
road is gonna... Yeah. No
Wheel
volcanoes
stroke
have
is
gone
hot.
off yet though, Tay.
One's
You're still
going
alive.
to. I read it today.
But when?
Well, that's a great question, Evan. That I
When,
ask
Tay?
every minute
When?
of every day.
Some of us
Nice.
got a
But they said that it's
fucking
gonna.
schedule.
Well, I guess
The
we'll find out.
scientists are going to it every day now.
Well, that's probably a bad idea.
Well, yeah.
If they think it's gonna
Yeah, I
blow
guess
up.
it is.
This snake is gonna bite someone
Let's
any
get
day now.
closer.
We should all go stand next to
We
it.
should all go stroke it.
But it's okay because they do it in a helicopter, so I guess if it really hits off, you can just zoop out of there.
I just chuck the snake off the helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you do.
See you later, snake. You fucking snake. I knew you were a snake.
I had a feeling you were going to behave this way, and now that you have, because I forced you to it, I am going to punish you.
yeah. Get out of my helicopter, which I rent from this
Yeet.
company for very affordable rates.
Well, brilliant. Should we talk about where
We
we
really should,
are?
because here's a
Give a
recap
recap.
for you. I don't remember anything at all.
Mm. Yeah, I'm lost.
Okay then. Well,
I'm editing the episode and I'm like, oh, we did that.
Oh, wow, those
Nice.
people are cool.
Oh.
well, as you might recall, last episode, Herodotus got a call from an old war buddy, the Rear Admiral Montabulary Haversford.
Okay, I remember that.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Monty.
Right. Sounds legit. Monty.
The
Monty.
Welshman.
Monty.
Who'd secured himself a job, sort of post-military. His retirement plan was to get this defense consultant position for a
Politics.
company called BioLife,
Mm.
who you've had run-ins with before,
Yes.
or at least Z and Cleo have.
Yes, we've done a little job on the side for old Bio Life.
And you've got a BioLife brand food generator.
That's
fabricator.
true.
Oh, the treat box.
Nothing but the
Nothing
best.
but the best. Nothing but the best paste.
Yeah.
But upon arriving on Monty's new locale is a planet called Sand in the far reaches of the Wraith
Really,
systems. Really?
Sand.
Yeah.
It's called Sand.
Do you not remember it called Sand?
Hey, he's a good DM. It's not original.
Hey, but it was a sandy. It was called
I
sand,
hate
but it was
sand.
mostly
It
made of
gets
water.
everywhere.
Yeah, it's not actually a desert planet. It's not called Sand because there's a lot of
Of
sand.
course, that's the
called-
twist.
So
That's
he
the
tricked you.
tricked you.
Yeah, he tricked you. He tricked you with some high level.
Yes, it's mostly water with scattered volcanic islands over the
Yeah,
over the planet.
Don't you feel like a dummy
Yeah.
now?
All day, every day.
I wonder why I do. You left me, oh Sandy, Sandy, Sandy.
Please keep
Sorry.
that. Don't cut that out.
Hopelessly,
That's our theme song.
But yeah, it's called the planet is called Sand because sand used to be the the nickname for the raw materials that that credits are made of, and that
That what is made of?
credits
Money.
Credits.
Oh right.
and
Credits.
that your starships and your blaster weapons all run on. The Wraiths have always had a bit of a
Silicate?
monopoly on the production of this stuff, but BioLife have managed to
Stuff.
secure one island, which they think has pretty good prospects of having a motherload of sand to be found.
I'll give you a motherload.
Whoa.
Very good, very good.
Oh, it's very hot in
We
here.
got a direct injection from home base.
But not long before BioLife had got their mine ready for operation, they were attacked by mysterious, huge creatures, which killed every single person who was around tell the tale, which is when Monty
Did it?
was called in.
Oh, right.
And because Monty, well, you know, he his job really is to be like sort of middleman. So he brought Herodotus and crew on to solve the problem.
Very well. Once a problem is there, the bastards beware.
And the bastards, like having sort of a unique set of skills between them, have actually managed to pull this off not too badly. Heading into the jungle towards the mine, they found very swiftly the indigenous peoples who had attacked the mine, and they turned out to be a psychic race of jelly creatures, not jellyfish, but of gelatinous humanoids.
Yeah, it's turning into George R. R. Martin.
Who ride on dinosaurs, with giant lizards.
Good. We needed some lizards in dinosaurs.
Hey,
Cleo befriended one of the lizards.
Yep.
this I don't remember at all.
Yeah. No, I remember it was that epic, like, dragon riding situation. Oh my god, a whole episode just came back to me. And, like...
Falcon!
Yeah.
It's even more beautiful than I imagined!
Exactly.
Never-ending story.
So they all took you back to their city, their underground, their cave city, where these gelatinous people live. Having been in contact with Dr. Z, who they consider to be, you know, the only civilized being that they've encountered yet on this planet.
Oh, thank you.
Entirely because he's telepathic, because they don't have mouths, they don't really speak, they don't have any spoken language. And Dr. Z has been shielding the minds of Cleo and Herodotus, which is quite good because Herodotus might well upset them if they were able to understand him. But because they don't have ears or anything, like they actually can't understand anything Herodotus says. Although Herodotus possibly doesn't know this, because I think he's has some impression that he's been leading the talks that have got them this far.
Question. I've been the only one bloody well talking.
But yes. So at the end of the episode, we got to this point where Dr. Z unshielded Cleo's mind because Cleo was
right.
like having so much fun with these lizards, and the gelatinous creature seemed really interested and curious about her, and they were absolutely smitten with Cleo once her brain was unshielded, and they realized that she was just this sort of
It's coming back to me. I remember that.
it's this teddy bear of an animal that really had formed a bond with the pterodactyl. And then, the big old cliffhanger moment, there was talks of taking you to see the elder. And the elder themselves of the village telepathically requested an audience with you, straight into the minds of Dr. Z and Cleo.
Yes.
I'm the only elder in the village.
Well, we've got to keep you shielded. We've got to keep you safe. We've got to keep us safe from you as well.
just why is that man bound and gagged? Pay him no attention. Whatever he says, he doesn't mean it. He's under the influence of strange drugs.
Yes, we've injected him with hallucinogens.
We know we injected it.
All right, it's coming back to me.
All right.
What about you, Cleo?
I just really remember how much I loved riding the pterodactyl, and now we're there, and they like me, but what were we trying to accomplish?
So you were sent here to either convince them to get away and leave the mining operation alone, or to exterminate
because we're
them,
on a quest for
facilitate that.
Monty.
Oh yeah, didn't I ruin that?
Well, you tried.
I thought I said I thought I said something that like totally fucked everything up. Or is that just me reflecting my usual?
I mean, I know
modus
like
operandi?
Herodotus was happy with the idea of exterminating them, I think. But,
Yeah, I thought I
yeah.
was kind of pushing that idea kind of strongly.
You have been, but Cleo's been like fallen in love with these giant lizards.
Oh yeah. I'm just trying
And,
I'm just trying to see like how far the damage. Because I just remember having like the deeply satisfying reaction last time, like just immediately going for the offensive statement. And it was
Yeah.
funny.
So
I think you've said some
Dr.
things,
Z
but
was like translating what Herodotus was saying early on, but I
All right,
I don't
and
know.
then he
if-
just
I think he might have stopped doing that
yeah.
I just
at a certain point.
All right.
Yeah.
Just make
Because
sure that Herodotus doesn't know that they don't know, so he like assumes that they've just like and they've reacted to his natural magnanimity and they just like treat him as a king now.
I think that's how it is at the moment.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
That seems-
hey,
Like.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh wait, was that that's the soldiers from the Wicked Witch
Yeah,
of the
I
West,
was
isn't
like,
it?
Yeah.
hold on.
I was trying to do the Ewoks celebrating C-3PO. I think they just go, oh.
Either way, it's brilliant audio content. Yeah.
So, yeah. As I recall, Dr. Z was down in the sort of the place where they stable all the land lizards. And Herodotus had rushed up the stairs to find what all the fuss was about, where they were fussing over Cleo, who's been plucked by gelatinous hands out of the basket that she was trapped in, where the pterodactyls roost, and they were all sort of like scratching under her chin and just sort of fussing over
I
her.
love that.
Yeah, because telepathically they can read me and Cleo's mind. And you said something like the innocent child. Not you. I haven't unlocked your mind. I've got you locked up.
Oh, that's probably pretty smart.
So
He rolled a natural 20 on his shielding, so at the moment he can completely protect.
All right.
Yeah. So because they are telepathic beings, they're you can talk, but they're all communicating mind frequencies.
All right. Carry on then.
But yes, as the elder requests your company, you see that the gelatinous beings around you, the jellymen, what am I calling them?
I don't know. Did you have a name for them?
The Jellyman.
Haribo.
Call him the Jellyman. That's fun.
They're a sort of a green-blue color, by the way.
The Algans.
That's cool.
And they all start ferrying you in a certain direction towards a big, wide hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Are we scared? I'm not. But is everybody else okay?
I am. No, I'm pretty happy to see some other kind of jelly-type creatures that are mind readers, capable of telepathy.
All right. Well, there's dozens of these guys, and they lead you out of the stables where there's quite a lot of dinosaurs. You lead into a big wide hallway, and it's like a huge hallway. We're sort of talking. It's like a good 15 feet across, and then much taller. And there's a real sort of like hustle and bustle, and it sort of seems to open out into different directions as well. So it's carved out of the rocks,
Mm-hmm.
and the floor is just this perfectly like level, flat rock that they've carved out, and then the walls have sort of been turned into kind of like pillars. So there'll be like a bit of wall, then a bit of pillar, and then you can sort of see like down into a hallway that leads off in other directions as well. But it's all just out of the dark volcanic rock of the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
Is it cavernous in here, or is it just the room that we're in?
cavernous.
Like what's the you said the hallway is only 15 foot, but like is it like Mines of Moria, like huge open like cave rooftops, or is it
Yeah, we've got the carving eventually does reach an almost natural looking cave rooftop. It looks sort of there's stalactites and so on, but they're all quite sort of worn and almost sort of looks like it's kind of like ornamental, like perhaps a
Stalactites are the one that hangs down.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a
hold on tight,
perhaps a homage to
their
their past days of living in naturally formed caves. Although there's absolutely nothing about this cave really.
All right.
And it's all lit by the same same sort of like white chemical glow that's in little containers, little bowl-like lanterns. They have a chemical glow emanating from them. Everything's lit in sort of this clean white light.
It's lit.
It's lit.
It's lit.
Taylor, you memeing?
Okay, I was.
It was always memeing. God damn it, Taylor. Come
Turn
on.
the memes off.
Okay,
Get in here.
sometimes
And
We're recording.
I was writing back
I
to
just wanna get
Twitter.
some,
Writing back to Twitter.
Boo.
I just want to get some little perception rolls from you as you're walking down this hallway.
I don't know how I feel
All
about
of
that
us?
because the other
We don't care how you
the
feel
sample
right now, Tay. You
the
were
sample
memeing.
rolls.
Boo.
You were memeing. You're in trouble.
Boo.
You're in trouble. You have to. You've been naughty.
Okay,
Less meme
I don't
and
know
more
if I want to
throwing
do
dice.
it because my other. Oh, I got an 11.
I got a 16.
Oh, I don't like that.
Woohoo.
I got.
I didn't modify it.
Should
15.
wait? Should these be modified?
No, not for perception. This is just sort of like.
I guess mine
just
wouldn't
a
be
baseline.
modified anyway. That's not really my talent.
I guess I kind of shot myself in the foot on that because I don't think it would modify positively.
Yeah.
I should
Let's
just
be
shut
quiet.
up.
But unless it's a telepathy roll, then I don't think I modify either.
Okay.
And that's
Then
what-
I feel like
Yeah.
Dr. Z
No.
is the most
And carry
perceptive
on.
of all of us.
No, I think Evan's rolled the
No,
highest.
I
He's
mean, like,
16.
But
Just-
perception doesn't mean any one thing, does it? Like it's
I mean, simply that some of us come with better stocks than others.
Herodotus would be very perceptive of
I think we would all be perceptive of different kinds of things.
yeah, like cultural
Yeah.
things and military things and that sort of thing. He's gonna.
But
spot
if there is
easily.
something to be smelled, I win. Let it be known.
Well, what's in the box, Dick?
Well,
What do you just said it.
What's in the dick box?
Cleo doesn't actually notice much of anything. She's too sort
A
of
bear.
too busy still being like almost like sort of like gushed along by these jelly creatures. Some of whom are still like sort of not really giggling because they can't make any noise, but they're just sort of joyous and like they're like,
Gurgling.
I'll show you. No, I'll show you. Like there's sort of
Aw.
almost fighting over who gets to take Cleo to the elder.
Oh, that's so cute. Are they
But
making like the
both-
same noise as a babbling brook?
I mean, they definitely make a sort of a gurgly liquid
So
noise.
like when your stomach is upset.
It's still
But
cute.
that's
Yeah, maybe a
that's
little bit
the-
more-
But you have
maybe a
to
little bit
admit,
more sort of
you have
high-pitched
to
and
admit
cute.
that that's like the same kind of sound, but two different moods. So I completely understand the jelly people. If they were mad, it's
Nice.
like belly sound. But if they're happy, it's babbling brook
ASMR with Cleo.
Yep.
That's pretty good. That's actually pretty good.
or science toy. Anyway,
But amongst all this this babbling and gurgling, Dr. Z and Herodotus both notice sort of scurrying off and like kind of looking almost like a little bit sort of suspicious, a bit shifty. There's a small group, just 3 of the gelatin locals, and they're pushing a cart. And the cart that they're pushing, like it's made from wood and woven baskets, but it's quite high tech in how it's put together. It's like really like quite an advanced craftsmanship woodwork, but it has a just a basket woven sort of blanket over the top, made from flax and so on. But you can see something glowing, something gleaming and glittering underneath it, and they sort of seem to be like very shiftily pushing off to try and get whatever this is out of the hallway as quickly as possible.
All right. I mean, we're surrounded by people, so I'm not going to react to anything. I'll keep an eye on it and try and watch where it goes. What about you, Herodotus?
Three of the locals are pushing a trolley filled with something glittery, and they're acting shifty, like they really are trying to get this out of the hallway
Ooh.
before you guys see it.
I see. Okay. Herodotus sort of tries to lean all nonchalant over to the doctor and say, Doctor, do you see what I see? In which case, what is your differential diagnosis?
will you see what
I believe it is the sand we've been sent to retrieve from this location. I'm going to keep an eye and notice where they're hauling it, where the bigger stockpile is. Let's not bite at the small fish just yet.
Astute observation, sir. I agree completely. We will keep our ace up our proverbial sleeve.
Yes. And I kind of giggle to myself knowing that I've got an ace against Herodotus as well. By keeping him mind blocked.
So you're able to keep a bit of an eye on them, and they do vanish. Like so having come down the big main hall, it's just the second left, and they're scurrying off all the way down that hall, it seems. And by the time you sort of pass by where the pillars block your view down that hall, they had taken it almost out of sight directly down that hall.
I probably didn't get to see the glitter cart, did I?
No, you only rolled
Sad.
11. Yeah.
You were
You're still looking at lizards.
distracted.
Yeah.
It's okay, Tay. Don't be...
But you're carried further through, and you get to see some more glimpses now of this jelly society. You don't see anyone eating or drinking, although they don't really have mouths.
Society.
But you do actually see there's some new construction going on where a new doorway is being hollowed out, and you see that these creatures, they seem to like they can open their body out into a into like just a perfect geometric shape, and then they seem to just lean into the rock and sort of slowly, acidically bite their way through it. And as they do behind, they leave behind just sort of fragments, or just sort of various like chemical, like crystals and dirt and ash and dust. It seems to vary from whatever rock they're consuming, but they are very slowly, patiently just carving these perfectly formed doorways.
Wow.
With their own bodies.
With their jelly bodies?
With their jelly bodies.
Okay. I don't really know.
It's they're like mega eaters.
All right.
That sounds like a reality show. Mega eater.
I don't really know how to feel about that last part.
Alright, that's pretty creepy. Yeah, that's pretty fucking.
Because I guess, like,
don't
should
touch
we? But they're touching me. Are they gonna? Do they
Yeah,
just
that's-
turn the dissolve
no,
on?
like, I mean, you could just call, like, inappropriate.
I mean, looking at the speed at which it takes them to eat through the rocks, it would take them some time of constant pressure to eat through your armor as well. So you
Alright.
probably have some opportunity to decide, right, I don't want to be dissolved.
Okay.
From what you've seen anyway.
This is sort of like a pineapple
quite the
situation
decision.
where, like, you eat it, so it's eating you, but it doesn't eat you enough to be a problem. So you keep going.
Whoa.
It's not eating you; it's dissolving you. It's not digesting you.
If that's what they told you,
It's not
Evan, then
masticating
they're
you.
just trying to keep
Huh?
you under the thumb.
It's not paranoia if they're actually trying to get you. Huh?
Yep. Well, it is
Okay.
still paranoid. But, like, there's
They are trying to get me, and I am very paranoid about it as well.
Why aren't they trying to get?
Don't they want me? Don't you want me?
Don't they like me, baby? Don't you want me?
Ah. Where's our
gorgeous.
musical episode?
Yeah.
Obviously, we're really good at it.
Yeah, Disney. Yeah.
And anyway, eventually the central passageway opens up into what could truly be, described as cavernous.
Sorry, but I have to.
And
When are we doing a musical episode?
We have to get Seth back on for that as well.
Let's listen
He'll
to
have to,
Seth's
he'll have to
first
come.
and copy the good parts.
how do you do a musical episode? I have to listen and
I kind of.
I have no idea. That's why I
You
have
just-
to
you just,
hear
like,
how it
ad-lib a
works
song
because
with
I
a
don't even know
song?
what
No,
the
like
format
every
would
every
sound
time
like.
this, we would have to do it over a couple of things. Because we would have to, like, every time there's an action that we want to describe, we have to then pause and try and come up with, like, a stupid little musical number.
And instead of rolling dice, Dickie or the group has to decide how good the musical number was and determine your dice roll that way.
Or we play out like a sequence, right, in the game, and then like a battle or something. And then we have to, like, make a musical number of it afterwards.
Yeah.
And then
fun,
Daniel
fun.
gets
Sounds
to
really good
auto-tune
for
the
me.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Let's wait.
I mean,
Dan, you sound really
I mean-
excited. Like,
I mean-
like
I
you
mean,
want to do
Daniel,
it
that's-
tonight.
most of what we do for you.
I know it
It
sounds.
sounds like he wants
I know
to
it
do it
sounds
right
like
now
that's
for
what I
the
want to
next
do, but
16 hours.
it's too hot. It's
Doesn't
too hot
it?
for me to do that right now.
But it sounds like this is what you want to do,
Really,
though.
he says.
Hey, Dickie, should we continue on to this
It
cavern?
does.
This cavern?
Aw,
so you open up into
let's just smack that.
this truly great cavernous hall, and it's a bustling town center. It's round. It's got an arch, like a dome-like roof that goes up even higher than you've seen further. It seems like maybe you've worked your way so far into the mountain now that they've got so much room to build upwards that they've just really gone crazy with it.
A hustle and bustle, you say?
the scale
Like the
of this
perfect
mountain?
backdrop for a musical?
Yeah, so
A musical number.
the locals are hustling and bustling around. There's a
And
lot
they're
of
hustling and bustling. Okay, that joke
there
stops
seems to be
now.
some sort of almost like an open air market in this area. So there's like there's a park where trees have been brought in, and there's just light that seems to be refracting from somewhere up above, from outside, down through the mountain. That's photosynthesizing these gardens. So there's a sort of a big grassy area with little ferns and trees, and there seems to be very small gelatinous people. They're possibly children playing there.
Oh, is that close to us?
It's nearby, yeah. Like it takes up a sort of a big central portion of this town square, There's also like a big open air market where there's just a bunch of stands, and what's on offer seems to be lots of really intricately carved stone and metal devices and toys and just sort of statuettes.
I would like to emote at the small jellies.
Like a sort of a point?
Maybe. Like a movement of great interest.
Like you're showing that you're very interested.
Oh no, Tay.
Oh no, I rolled an 8, so I probably scared them. Does it have to go that way? Maybe they just think I'm like a livestock or something. Like maybe they're not scared because they already seem like they're being set up to be like a more omniscient and intelligent like species than me. So maybe they just think I'm like a goat or something. Like, oh, that's just a cow making a
probably
weird
more than a
noise.
cow. You'd be like like an elephant showing up on the streets of London, though, aren't you? You're sort of like you're an exotic beast that.
Okay,
Shit,
dude, that's
that's a vibe.
harsh. She's big, but she's not that big.
That's exactly like what I want to feel like every day. I'm an elephant showing up on the streets of Victoria.
I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien.
Watch out!
I'm an elephant.
In New York.
Elephants track. Samurai Jack.
I don't know if it's like my perception of westernized beauty is off and I need to recalibrate it in order to like socially meld with other people, but that sounded sexy.
But an elephant on the streets of London?
Yeah, like that feeling seems like what you'd want to feel like when you walk
Depends
into
a
a club.
lot on like the public reaction though, because if the public
Well,
reaction is like
everyone's
shoot it,
looking, and they're definitely going,
That's
damn,
fair.
what's that? You know, and like,
or they're going like shit. Call
That's
the
exactly what I'm always
But
going for.
what if they're not thinking that? What if they're thinking like, call the police or shoot it?
Those are great points, Evan, that I never considered.
Also, I think
Well,
we're about
it's
to find
much
out.
as- honestly,
much like the elephant, Cleo is being escorted by a group of people who are clearly happy and feeling in control of the situation.
yeah. Let's just hope they're not hanging around with Edison because they're gonna fucking
Let's just
fry
hope
her
that
brains.
they're not about to
Yeah,
enslave
that's right.
me into
Edison
performative
fucking
servitude for the next 40 years.
Electrocuted an elephant. The
Yeah, he did.
Sick bastard.
Well, now there's another layer of perception on this for me, so well done.
All
Cool.
right.
Well, you're welcome.
Carry on.
But yes, the children jellies, they do sort of shy away a little bit, although they're sort of although they're flinching away, they are sort of slowly moving closer and closer, abandoning their game in the garden, it seems.
The imagining of that scene is pretty good for me. The children jellies.
Anyway, these gardens and stalls and market stalls and so on sort of surrounding. There's a lot of people walking smaller dinosaurs that seem to be
Excellent.
having their exercise. Sort of like raptor type things that are being ridden around one particularly large grassed area.
Yes.
But in the center, there's another, just a perfectly circular. It's like a great pillar that goes all the way from the floor, all the way up to the domed ceiling above. And it has lots of windows in it, and those windows all seem like really lit from inside. And there's
Is that where Big Brother
there's
lives?
a great big door, and you're being led along a path towards that door.
Okay.
Big double door that leads into this central pillar.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm
Right.
just still following as well.
So finally, the three of you, the procession, you're taken all the way. The children now sort of like skipping along behind, finally decided that Cleo's not scary anymore. You are led into the door where just two quite large jellies, though, standing, waiting inside the door, both holding big, solid metal spear lance type things. They're very long, 10-foot long metal spears.
Seems rude.
And the throng sort of melt away, like leaving the three of you to walk into the door on your own,
Oh, shit.
where the two guards sort of look across at you, saying to Dr. Z, "I expect we won't see any trouble."
Oh shit. Watch, we're about to get thrown into prison and no one is gonna find us ever. Great.
Glass half
Well,
full,
it was a
Tay.
good game,
Glass
guys.
half full.
I hope not. For you and for us.
Ooh. Yeah.
That will have to do. Follow us. And they start walking, and you're in you're in another hall. Like it's almost as though the big central hallway from the stables led to a road that led to another hall. You're still just going in a straight line to the heart of the mountain. But it doesn't go far before you step forward, and you can see there's a clever way they've lit the interior of this. So there's pillars and walls that don't really block your way, but the lights are shone so that there's shadow. So you step into the light, and then you step into the shadow. You step into the light, you step into the shadow.
Whoa.
And it illuminates. It makes it difficult to sort of feel how far you're moving. And when you do look behind you, you realize you haven't even been actually moving in a straight line at all. So you can no longer see the door out behind you. This path has clearly taken some sort of slight curve, but the light show has kind of obfuscated that. And then suddenly you just come through a portion of shadow into the light, and standing there is yet another jelly. And it's just this single jelly sitting by itself on a big carved metal chair. It's obviously been sort of assembled with the same sort of acidic properties of their bodies that they were using to make the doors. You realize now that all these perfectly formed devices, like their solid spears and all those sorts of things, are obviously made through the same natural crafting. And this one jelly is sitting there, and the only difference between it and any of the others really is that it seems to be less opaque. It's
So it's more see-through?
more see-through.
And it's big?
It's not big, no. It's if anything, it's smaller than the warriors who've led you in.
And so is it just Herodotus, Cleo, myself, and this jelly?
And there's the two guards who as you sort of step into the light, you see they sort of step back into the shadow behind you as the elder, as that who this is, turns its gelatinous head and beckons you to come closer. Booming voice. It's really sort of an imposing psychic presence that Dr. Z and Cleo hear. And the voice says,
"So, you've come."
What's
Yes.
going on? What's going on? Why are we here? Who's the little one? Who's this runt of the litter? Is this the servant? In which case, fetch me some beer.
I'll say to the elder, do you understand him?
I have no means of understanding the auditory babblings of the barbarian.
Herodotus immediately starts walking up towards the elder, and it's like,
Do you speak the lingua franca of the human empire? You see, I'm in dire need of sustenance, especially of the alcoholic kind, if you understand what I mean. And so I would be much obliged if you would get off your luminous, gelatinous derriere and do me the fine favor of fetching me some beverage.
they turn towards Dr. Z like,
What is it saying?
It's hungry, thirsty, and a bit grouchy. But also, we are sent here on a mission from Herodotus here and his other friends. So at some point you will need to talk with the barbarian.
Do you understand me?
And I guess I'll ask,
Don't
like,
even make good servants.
is that going to be okay? You know, kind of putting the feeling across, like, you know, it's going to be difficult.
You get the sense that this elder is a much older presence and a much less naive, perhaps, than the other jelly people that you talked to earlier. All of whom like immediately assumed you were much like them because you were psychic, and he has much more of they have much more of a understanding that you are the best they're gonna get from the people who have invaded their lands.
Am I picking up this feeling that you're laying down?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you are feeling that.
Yeah, I'm going to be like, yes, we are sent from the very same people that you think. Herodotus here is their diplomat. And Cleo and I are with Herodotus.
Plum sauce. Do you understand? Plum sauce. Good Lord. Doctor, I cannot seem to get through to the locals. Could you have them fetch me a light supper?
I'm going to stop blocking him now, if that's okay with you.
Let's get it over with.
Yes. Herodotus.
Herodotus is just about to unbuckle his gun to shoot a warning shot.
I'll look at Herodotus and wiggle my jellyfish tentacles at him and be like, and then
Don't you try to seduce me, Doctor.
And then I'll turn his brain shielding off.
These good-for-nothing, jelly-brained, half-witted, spineless, fluid-sucking. Oh, good Lord. What would I not give for a glass of dead liver?
Immediately upon the shield being taken down, a powerful presence enters Herodotus' mind. It's not subtle, it's not hiding what it's doing. It just sort of comes in there. And
Who are you? Get out! This is my personal mind. I use it. Occupado, comprende?
and you hear this.
Savage, you say you seek sustenance. Will the wares we have confiscated sustain your type?
And there's images start flashing into Herodotus' mind of confiscated rations. There are barrels of beer and what sort of seems to be dried fruit packages and perhaps some sort of ready-made pill-type meals that can be reconstituted with water.
Ah, a menu. Very good. Yes, this will do nicely. I don't see any Grand Cru champagne, but I guess we'll make do. Well, if this is what calls for hospitality around here, must say you should be careful who you call savage.
There's a sensation that only Dr. Z would really pick up, that he's sort of flicking out an idle thought, sending word for someone to bring this food in. And the elder gets up slowly off its chair. You see that it moves quite wobbly, like it seems to be quite physically frail.
Something Herodotus and the elder can have in common then.
Oh, fuck off. I'm solid as a fucking bison.
Well, you are. It is true.
He sort of like looks about at the three of you and he says,
I must apologize.
Yes, you do.
We are not beings similar to your own. We have no need of your rudimentary biology.
what am I trying to say?
Your rudimentary form of sustenance.
In a rudimentary form of language, obviously.
Did you just admit that our language was rudimentary?
Well, compared to whatever the fuck he's using, sure, but he could use it properly, so it was a bit of a burn, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I had noticed that as well.
Yes, well, so.
And he totters sort of slowly. He's quite sort of wobbly. It looks almost as though perhaps some liquid inside him wants to escape as he steps into the middle of the room and is idly looking at one of the walls.
The invaders, the savages who came before you, they wish to make a deal.
Well, what are you offering?
We cannot allow them to continue to disturb the mountain.
Cannot? That seems like a shortcoming of imagination.
They turn and look over at Herodotus.
Will not.
And what happens if it should happen anyway? In spite of your, misgivings.
I believe my soldiers have already informed you of the force we have ready to take the savage camp.
Yes. Flattery and braggadocio all around, I see. Now, should we discuss a nuclear option?
And you sort of see he quickly scans Herodotus' mind to understand the unfamiliar words, but understands quite quickly. He's like,
I think in this circumstance, your people would find themselves lacking.
And there's a flash, an image of just a giant army, basically, like a dozen of these T-Rexes mounted with turrets, with these steel spears just flying and piercing all the Wraith workers and the various human bureaucrats, Monty himself, and people just being eaten off toilets.
Nice.
Subtle Jurassic Park riff.
Yeah, liked it. Clever girl.
Very well. You've proven your offensive capabilities. However, there's another armament in that base. take you and every one of your squishy friends with them if you should venture to take them down. Surely, your pride is not worth your planet. It seems to me we are a bit of a, northern parts of the southern parts of the western continent standoff.
Well then, what do your people want from the mountain?
Whatever they bloody well want, it's a mountain after all. It's made for mining, is it not?
We believe it is made for living.
Very well. So, it is a difference of opinion then. I see. Well, what gives you the right to determine the future of this plentiful mountain? What if the mountain wishes to give up its bounty to the youth of adventurous men and women?
As I said earlier, we will not allow the savages to continue defiling the mountain.
Can I interject and be like, I've noticed you've been hurriedly shipping some sand down in the lower markets. What is this for? Who is the buyer?
Yes, hypocrite.
And the elder does a psychic furrowing of the brow at the word sand, and even the meaning behind it that he can deduce from Dr. Z's thought process still just means nothing to him, it seems.
Can I'll flick open a credit and show what's in it.
So here's the truth of it then. It is not that you won't have the mountain defiled. You won't have anyone else defile your mountain.
As Z pulls out the credit, the elder almost recoils from it, looking at it in horror. He's like,
Put that away! How dare you!
How dare I what?
You bring that into my presence?
I bring it everywhere. We collect them. We travel the universe. The only reason we're here right now is to get more of this.
Indeed, grow up.
What is wrong with you? I thought you civilized.
And I mean, he is gelatinous.
What?
But we did.
Maybe, but this is highly valuable.
You might have morals on your side, but money.
I don't know for sure if I am civilized, but money is.
they almost spit the word. They're like,
Valuable?
And I will do anything for some. Bye.
But I will close the lid on the credit and say, now, what was the gold liquid that was being transported downstairs?
and you can sense almost like shame and embarrassment from the elder as the image in your mind of the cart being taken away is flashed into his own or their own. I'm really struggling to keep gender neutral. This is a good practice.
It is, yeah, it is, isn't it?
I mean, these things legitimately do not have genitalia. I shouldn't be calling it him.
I mean,
that's all right. We do our best.
Unless they identify as such.
I don't think they have any understanding of it. They
maybe like some of them have like like special interests and whatnot. Maybe like they're into like gender specific literature or some shit. I don't know.
Well, if they don't have that as a civilization, then probably difficult. But yeah, maybe it's being shipped in.
I mean, it's not unknown that like humans are into concepts that aren't necessarily.
That's true.
The human.
They don't have to be real. I mean, like our understanding of gender is pretty fucking fake already.
Yeah, but like it's not like jellyfish don't have gender. It's like they have like a fucking million of them.
That's true. I mean, these guys, I haven't really thought about how they reproduce.
I don't know,
but
they eat a bit of mountain, and sometimes that mountain's got a bit of quartz in it, and that quartz becomes a new jellyfish.
When a
That is
jellyfish
beautiful.
and a mountain love each other very much.
I like that one.
But tell me, Dick, because I'm curious as to why this bean is feeling uncomfortable.
you can see that there's definitely a part of the elders, like sort of thought process and memory about this that is being very strongly repressed from you being able to pick up on.
Can I go for it with my mind?
You certainly can.
There, I've rolled a 21.
Whoa.
I'm gonna have to roll to see the defenses
It's a
here.
battle of the minds. Woo! Yes.
I rolled a 7.
Yeah. I say, I have unlocked ourselves for you. Do not keep anything back.
As you break in, you suddenly get... And there's a real feeling of embarrassment and shame and almost like a violation as you come into these thoughts and you discover the terrible secret.
Cheers. What's in the box?
The sand. The sand that's being transported away, being taken down a very, very long passageway as far as possible, far away from any of their civilization, and it is being dumped into the ocean.
Why?
Why?
Are they making beaches?
In their dumping point, there is just a mountain of the stuff dumped under the water.
Like they're just why? Like
What?
why?
Yeah. That is exactly what I'm asking. Yeah. Why? What is
Are they
so
polluting?
Are they making beaches?
What do you hate about this material?
They consider it to be the most unclean thing possible. And when you sort of really dig into his memory of this thing, you realize that it's the excrement of their species.
Can I bring up an image of Hans and show it and be like, and then also I'll bring up an image of Herodotus smoking the mushroom cigarette, and then I'll also bring up pictures of Cleo eating the trash pizza from Benjamin's, and then I'll also bring up myself having to have like my fish water changed out. And just flood their mind with like disgusting things that we've all done.
Jesus. That the elder drops onto the floor, clutching at its head, almost sort of rocking and psychically screaming out, "Take it away! Take it away!"
Now that is something that we could do. Herodotus here could strike up a deal with you to take it away. If you were to ship that sand to Herodotus and his company.
Indeed. If it's nothing to you, and it's something you use to destroy your own planet, seems perfectly reasonable for me to take it off your hands. Maybe even for a little bit of a surcharge, eh?
And you can see that the elder is struggling with this. Like it's their absolute repulsion to the idea of you collecting and taking their taboo substance is sort of, slightly being tempered by the fact that it will be taken off-world, and this massive shame, this huge pile of refuse
Orbital.
could finally no longer be a stain upon their way of life. And it takes some getting used to, but there's like a faint nod of agreement.
Very good. Let's talk percentage.
Take all of it.
No, I was planning
Take it all.
I wanted to know what kind of service fee you'd be willing to accept.
What else would your people possibly want of us?
Well, for the trouble of taking this dangerous and highly toxic pollutant off of your hands and clearing up what could, in no doubt, become a bit of an embarrassment for you. If it was to be known to your people, what happens to their...
Oh my god. You've been handed a perfect deal and you're trying to fucking...
Touch that.
That's what we do, Daniel. That's what we do.
I would suggest 4.5% measured off each delivery as a surcharge, paid out to your truly as a negotiator and facilitator. What say you?
Barbarian, we do not care who takes what.
Neither do I. I care if you pay
Have
me.
whatever percentage you can wrangle from your betters.
Well, I would not say you are, but I am suggesting you pay me.
Pay me
Yeah.
what you owe me.
Bitch, better have my money.
I would say one payment per Terran month, perhaps. Should measure a fine little taste of credit, if you know what I mean. If you catch my proverbial drift. Yes, what say you?
The elder seems to be finally getting their calm back. Yeah, all these images of filth finally cleared from its mind. Completely disillusioned about Dr. Z, especially the filthy cleaning of the water. He's realized that perhaps not all immaculate psychic beings are quite as immaculate as he.
I'm still better than you. I'm not shitting in my own water. It's like-
Well, it's more a matter of like you get it cleaned up after.
yeah, I was trying to empathize, but
And he flicks an image of a map point into all three of your heads. It says,
My people will begin, starting immediately, to put the shipments of sand to this location. Your people can distribute it from there.
Very good, very good. I'll need your signatures in triplets on these documents I've made up. And you will see here, and here are my bank accounts stipulated, as well as payment policy. Now, I leave it to you to sign them in good time and to have them back with me by, let's say, tomorrow. Sporting incident, shall we?
the elder sort of soggily takes the. Well, do you think this is like a little sort of an electronic clipboard or literally paper?
Oh, I think we're talking vellum. And probably like a little tablet thing. So something with like a genetic signature thing.
The elder, quickly grabs the thing and just sort of like looking at it, trying to make heads or tails of it. At which point, Herodotus's radio suddenly goes off.
ah, shit! I knew it was going well.
Hooray! Herodotus! Herodotus, old chap! Excellent work. You've discovered the base of any enemy operations. Get out of there while you still can. We're going to bombard the bastards.
What? Bloody hell!
Oh,
Well, oh, good lord.
Herodotus picks up the communicator and punches in the receiver, I guess. He goes,
This is Herodotus, Big Eagle, over.
Very good, Herodotus. I see that tracker I placed upon your jacket was perfectly served for our
And
task.
sporting moves, sir, but well played. However, mission has already been accomplished. Full surrender by the enemy. Now, let us enjoy the spoils of war. Fire ye not. We have them on the negotiating table, as it were. We've already reached concessions. No need for further firearms. Think of the price, man. Think of the price of the ammunition. Save it for later. Oh.
Oh, you know me better than that, Harry. I'll do you a solid and give you, shall we say, 3 minutes to get your handsome self out of Dodge.
Listen here, you. I've negotiated a settlement by which I shall be richly rewarded. Must I paint you a picture, you old sniveling dog?
Oh, your deal means very little to me, Harry. See, I have an image to protect here. The company wouldn't like me being beaten to submission by some rowdy jellymen, now would they?
You would betray a brother officer?
Well, you know, Harry, it's all fair in war, and we are no longer on the same side.
And there's a click
Ah, shit!
as he shuts off his radio.
That's not how the saying goes. He doesn't even read books.
All's fair in love and war.
he never mentioned love.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you two used to be lovers, right?
No, what, well, maybe.
I think in
I
the
don't know.
last episode you mentioned that he was a first lover,
that's true.
and that you had a
But
flame.
There was a hint at
Yeah,
it.
well, that's pretty fucking explicit hint. But no, I was more. I didn't hear you say love. It just sounded like you said, "All is fair in war," and I was like, "What?"
I may well have said that.
It's like he didn't mention our love.
That's the part that hurt the most.
Yep. Herodotus turns to the others and he says,
We've been betrayed. I never thought I'd say this. I never thought I'd die standing next to jellyfish.
Well, I don't know about you, Herodotus, but I don't plan on dying anytime soon, especially with that deal just made. And can I start? I've done
Doctor, that
I've
was
done
a
20.
perfectly set up Lord of the Rings reference and you did not take it.
What were you?
That hurts even more.
Oh, what was the reference?
"I
Lord of the
never
Rings?
thought I'd die side by side with an elf."
Oh, how about a
How about
friend?
side of-
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm not going to do that.
I fucking could you.
Hey, let me try it again. That was too good to waste. I never thought I'd die side by side with a bear.
How about with a friend?
I can do that.
Meanwhile, while he's forcing lines
Feels
to
good,
work,
man. Feels good.
I've rolled a 20 on a hacking. I want to immediately start trying to figure out what we can do to help her stop these this incoming attack.
Good lord.
Alrighty, so you're able to sort of reach out and find the radio chatter, and because you rolled a 20 there, you've got a very general idea. It's all protected. They're protected wireless networks. They're all sort of internal. You probably can't hack them without actually getting on board these ships, but you can tell that there are several ships, and they are all directly above you.
In what size?
Right above head. The chatter is similar to that of like a command ship, and then like a good half dozen individual fighters.
Herodotus, how do you feel about hurting the employer?
Oh, if all is fair in love and war, and love is dead, then let death be love.
That sounded Shakespearean.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Cleo's gonna get real serious here,
Yeah.
and she's gonna look at the leader.
Me?
No.
The elder.
The elder.
The lead jelly.
The lead
Big.
bean.
The big gel.
The lead
The big
bean.
wobble. The big wobble.
She's gonna shoot a look at him and be like, "Get me a dactyl."
Yes. Dactyls.
One last time.
I think I'm gonna blow those guys up.
The elder doesn't even say anything. It just flicks into your heads images, and you see they.
Yeah.
I've gone with they.
Yeah.
Them.
They step to the side of the throne into one of the shadows, and a wall seems to open up, and there's a cart, a wooden cart that is being pulled by a long, like a giant iguana type lizard. And the image is just like of all four of you getting onto the seats of this vehicle.
Amazing.
Vehicle.
Wait, so I think it's pretty established that Dr. Z cares about these sentient people enough to want to like protect them from any further like collateral damage. So I might pull another Lord of the Rings reference and Helm's Deep it and say, get everyone to the
I'm Helm's Deep.
get all the little beans and I know you don't like your sand, but it may be the safest place for them right now.
They will break upon this poopage like water on rock.
Yeah.
And you can feel like it's like this is like a real like a cultural turning point right now. This is like a horrifying moment as the elder makes the call. And there's almost as his booming psionic instruction goes out, there's this resounding, shriveling feeling of disgust as the entire civilization realize that they're going to have to walk down the one hallway no one wants to be assigned the duty of taking the cart down.
Yeah. Well,
The
it
shite
sucks,
hallway.
but what's that line from Green
not-
Mile?
Dunno.
What's Morgan Freeman say? He says he crawled all night through that tunnel.
That's Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption, sorry, Green Mile. Not bad. Shawshank Redemption. What's that line?
There's one of those Stephen King adaptations.
Yeah.
He crawled through shit. He crawled through a river of shit into something. Came out clean.
Yeah.
So as you all jump on board this cart, the iguana dinosaur thing just starts rocketing, and this thing is fast. It's just like leaping down the hallway. But the construction of the cart is actually such that it's a very smooth ride. I guess because everything that they make is perfectly, almost like 3D printed into shape with their laborious acidic bodies, and
Laborious acidic.
and you just whoosh down this hallway, and it's much quicker than the walk into the center of the mountain as you find your way back into.
Wait. You make your way.
You make your way. You make your way back into the stables area.
Yeah.
And you see the stables. It's this is like a hive activity. You can see like there's just pterodactyls and other sort of like a lot of the T-Rexes and the sort of Diplodocus type dinosaurs are all being mounted up by warlike looking gelatinous humanoids.
Ooh.
And some of these pterodactyls are just like flying up out through the illusionary wall.
Can I go and can I scan to see where the quickest, most nimblest of flying beasts are stationed?
The big DPS.
I want to be in a speedy one.
So the
Speedboat.
there are two different kinds of these flying beasts that they've domesticated. There's one that is like a faster, more agile critter. It's got sort of a kind of smaller wingspan, but like a light frame. And they've got like a long, pointy face and a big horn at the back of their head. And then there's another class that got sort of just ridiculous wingspan, you know, like a sort of a 20-foot wingspan of just pure muscle. And these things, they fly faster, but with much less agility and control, and will definitely tear through things a bit more.
Now, Herodotus, Cleo, what plan of attack do you suggest? They're your friends, Herodotus. You know what weaknesses they might have.
To quote at you, the great Admiral Nelson, damn the maneuvers. Go straight at them.
Even the smallest person can change the course of history.
Sounds like a good plan to me. And I'll,
I'm gonna make bombs.
Alrighty, so you find there are still a few of these dactyls waiting, ready to be mounted up by you.
Sweet.
Before you even have to ask, the elder rather quickly just fills your brain with instructions on how the things are flown.
Fuck yeah, it's pod racing time.
There's a simple,
No,
yeah, your
this is
eyelids like flickering, and then you're like, I know kung fu.
Fuck.
Where he uploads the information about, and it's quite simple. It's they do use a lot of telepathy in their animal husbandry, but the things are trained to be very, very intuitive. So they have a lot of gesture-based controls as well. So you can steer them, you can slow them, you can stop them, you can run to attack. Do some simple gestures with the reins and with clenching of the thighs.
It's incredible what you can do with some thigh.
If it's straight at them, then let's get it. I'm going to look at
Let's get it out.
You know how, like, in war movies, they have the moment where they look down at, like, a token to remind them what they're fighting for or something?
Yeah.
You know, they look at a little photo or whatnot. I'm going to open up a credit and look at the liquid inside again. But, like, and just click it closed.
And this, when the doctor's doing that, Herodotus of all people is looking from the bear to the jellyfish to the monk. He nods to himself.
Hey Dick, how many times can I build bombs?
Oh, I mean, you could. You could build quite a lot. And if you want to sort of like build, I'd say any more than 10, you'd have to sit back and take some time to do it. But you could get 10 of them done in the process of, the sort of like fucking about here and deciding what pterodactyl to ride.
Oh shit, nice.
5, 6, 7 little tiny explosives. 8 tiny little explosives. 9 big ones. 10.
Oh, you got a natural 20 on there, and there's no failure bombs yet.
They're all like
no.
quite high. Most of them are 15 plus.
Oh, I did 11 accidentally.
11 is fine.
No.
The 10 bomb is a fail.
What? Why?
The one where you rolled a 10.
Okay, fine. Listen, people of the internet, you want to know what those rolls were? Because they're pretty tasty.
I'm gonna write these
11,
all down.
17, 19, 17, 10. That's the dud. Throwing it out. 11, 14, 11, 25.
Nice.
And I can't see the last one right now because of a clerical error.
22.
There's a pop. Okay, 22. There was a pop-up in front of it. Anyway, those is all about to get chucked.
There's a bunch of bombs, and some of them are quite brutal. There's
Some of them are.
There's a natural 20, and there's another crit in there, and then there's okay.
About to crit my pants.
Time to get creative.
Time to get creative.
All right, and as the three of you select the least offensive dactyl you can find remaining,
Come here, you ugly
I'll pick an
bastard.
offensive one.
and join the you can sort of see like you just have to steer them up and around.
Are we all on one dactyl then?
Oh, that's point. Are you gonna get on one or three?
Um,
For some reason I just assumed you'd each be on a separate one, but
I want to just get to the ship and try and jump on it. So I'm gonna.
you probably don't need
I
your
want to
own.
do some hacking, so I can piggyback with someone. I want to get, and if Herodotus said that he's going to go straight at them, then maybe I'll join up with you, Herodotus, and since that gets me my goal done as well. Is that all right with you, H?
Oh, I knew you were with me, Doctor. I always knew.
I'll sit with my back to H so that I'm facing backwards, almost like a rear gunner, so that I can use my pistol and my shotgun as
You feel like you can take on the whole mercenary army by yourself, Wedge? I mean.
Kidding.
Yes. Is Cleo going to join on the same beast, or take a second
Would I
one to the
fit?
fray? If you're riding the big ones, you'll all fit.
I mean, I'm okay being on theirs, but I'm also okay not being on theirs.
Can I say, like, you know the big lizard from the last episode that initially saw you and you both fell in love? Is that lizard anywhere?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a question I was wondering if it was going to be asked.
Oh. I didn't know that we could fit.
That lizard is still there, sitting in the basket, looking up at Cleo, hopefully.
Really? Can we connect like Avatar?
Maybe not like Avatar, but
Why not?
That's platonic connecting, right?
Platonic?
Oh God. I might have misunderstood something for many years.
no, Avatar is championing bestiality, and I won't hear a word against that.
But
Okay, I
against
don't
the-
want to do that.
against the
I don't want
theory
to
or
do
the
that part.
practice?
I just want to be really, like, I want to have a magical moment, but I don't,
Magic.
like, I want to have, like, a mind meld. I want to do the mind meld part. Like, can we put our foreheads together and, like, believe each other's feelings?
I think you probably should. I mean, you're about to go to war
Yeah,
against a technologically superior force.
let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Daniel, can you put some sparkly noises in there?
So as Cleo puts her head to the head of the lizard, which it sort of just suddenly recognizes her and sort of like makes a screech of delight, and tries to sort of rub its face on her to get some scratches.
You better load sound effects on that so that people know how magic it is.
And Herodotus and Dr. Z, having clambered onto a larger of the beasts with its powerful wide wingspan, and as Cleo climbs on board her buddy, both beasts leap up out from their respective baskets, flapping their wings and slowly building momentum. Cleo's one once again sort of struggling to begin to deal with the weight of the armored bear on its back. But once it gets up and out the window, and suddenly you blast back out into the jungle, this hot sunlight now just sort of blaring on you again as you pass through the illusory curtain that hides the entrance in.
The solar flare bounces off of us together
And
as we
both
scream upwards.
both dactyls scream upwards, making their way up out of above the jungle roof, jungle ceiling. What do you
The
call the
canopy?
top of the trees? The canopy.
Canopy.
There we go.
Hoolia.
Making their way up,
Downtown.
out above the
Upmost.
canopy. You suddenly get a view, and here's where the real
Explosion
this is
of
where the real
leaves.
lens flare comes in. You come up into the sky. It's a completely cloudless day up there. You can see the sparkling ocean all around the island,
Barrel rolls, barrel rolls.
and there's just a giant. It's definitely a human
It's a cattle bruiser.
command ship. And it's a big, long, militarized looking vehicle with
Citadel.
it's just a big citadel. It's got huge cannons mounted all over it,
Fuck.
and sort of flying in formation around it, almost like in a perfect circle. There are 5 attack ships as well, flying in formation with the command ship, and they're all of them just hovering above the mountain.
Herodotus.
Bloody hell. What can men do against such reckless hate?
Well, that's not exactly the inspiring words I were hoping you were going to say.
Cleo's gonna like join them in their airspace, and she's going to really carefully scan the ground,
Yeah?
Oh.
and then she's gonna look over at them and be like, just making sure there's a good place for them to quickly land and fly off.
Well, I suppose,
That's where they about to fall, y'all.
Doctor, we might make us the hunter and follow that bear.
Yes. Yeah. I'm for that. I'm also for. What was the plan? Straight at them.
Yes, I was, well, enthusiastic. Anyways, it looks like the bear's already taken my orders to heart. He seems to be hearkening straight for the foe. And with some, confidence to boot. I do believe you and I
I'll,
could do worse than to accompany her in her noble chat.
I'm going to flash my dagger and look with my tentacles right pressed up against the glass bowl, looking directly at Herodotus and say,
Now, Herodotus, in surgery, we want to take out the heart and the brain.
and then be like,
No, you don't.
no, like, what? Wait, okay, let me rework that line. Not in surgery. And
This appendix surgery went
Oh,
way
the
off
corpse,
the rails.
yes.
corpse. Yeah, you don't know what type of doctoring
Yeah.
I'm doing. No, but
Chop out
Maybe
the
we
heart
want
and the
to. Maybe we want to sell those on the
exactly.
on the
Yeah,
market.
I need to get them
Okay,
fresh so
bro?
I can sell them quick.
Yeah.
No, I can't think of. It's so hot. I can't think of a witty line.
I quite
No.
liked that line. I thought that line was great.
Because it shows that you're like a weird doctor.
Yes, it's like fucking Dr. Zoidberg. You know, like,
Now we get the heart and the brain. Let me snip them. Snip, snip.
I don't think any of this should get cut out.
I won't. It's just, honestly, it's so hot in this room.
Dr. Z could
Yeah.
very well stand for
Like-
Dr. Zoidberg, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Dr. Z is not a real doctor. He's just like an old line cook that has
Have you-
been cutting out organs to sell.
Have you
on
not
the
figured
black
out that
market.
connection? Like the Baron wasn't a real Baron. It's it's just taking the name of an important thing.
Struggling with imposter syndrome.
Exactly.
Well, the opposite is a
A
fraud.
life story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
complete fraud. But yeah, I'm okay with following Cleo or with going straight at them, up and at them.
I say follow the bear. She seems to be way ahead of us.
Cleo's going at them as well, anyway, isn't she? Like,
Yeah. Absolutely. 100%. I got like 11 bombs already hot. Like, I better be going up there because a couple of them are on.
are these bombs could make some easy work of the fighters at least, I think. And as both dactyls soar up, you can see the command ship begin to turn. As it does, all 6 of the attack ships spiral their way one by one, shooting off from the formation. And you can see that they're all mounted with great big explosives underneath, ready to drop.
Shit, Cleo, they beat you to it.
And it looks as though they're about to make their dive to bomb the mountain.
Okay, well, I'm about to make my dive to bomb them. So who's going to be faster?
I guess we'll find out next week.
Oh shit! Damn, fucking such a cliffhanger. If it wasn't like 12:30 and super hot in here, I'd want to keep going. It's
It's even hot at night.
yeah, because we live next to a main road,
What
so
the
it's just
hell?
like the road just heats up all day, and then at night it's just
Yeah.
fucking letting off the
like-
road heat.
It's been impossible here. Like, it's the last couple of days have actually been fine in London because it did pour with rain, and they actually did sort it out.
Meant to
but-
do that tonight. Tonight and tomorrow is meant to do that, and then it's going to drop down to like 24, 22, which will be better
Y'all
than 32.
need to just come over here.
Yeah.
Be cold.
But damn, that was cool.
Yep.
That was fun.
That was a
Yeah.
good one.
I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to. It was like, oh god, I sort of I've dropped myself into like this. You know, like I've got the ideas of the shit twist and the betrayal, but like, I didn't really know how to actually get us there. But that's all right. We got us there. I got us
Yeah.
there.
I'm looking forward to seeing Monty and H's, heroic fight standoff, if that can
The hard
happen.
thing was having Monty actually become a villain, but like because Herodotus had actually managed to like himself seal the deal, it was so good to be able to put those two head to head because
He
like
actually turned out to be quite a good negotiator.
surprisingly good.
If you just assume that everyone agrees with you, sooner or later they won't have a chance.
It was quite good.
I meant choice. They won't have a choice.
But yeah.
Herodotus has got a monthly stipend coming his way if he can manage to save this deal.
Yeah.
So.
He'll never go wanting for anything. His pension will be solidly secure.
Pension made of pure gold, baby.
Yeah. Ah, that was cool.
That's a wrap. Thanks
And
everyone to listening to the Backwater Bastards.
In
This
space.
week on Masterpiece Theatre.
I'm going to talk a bit quieter and calmer than I usually do on these things.
Oh,
For no
Stressing
reason
me out.
whatsoever.
just to help get someone to sleep.
Okay.
Thank you
Sound off.
to our patrons.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Keep the show alive.
They are Cheaper by the dungeon. I feel like I can't talk about them now without singing it because that's
It's part of their logo, their IP. What do they call it when you send out a pack that tells you how you have to use logos and colors and things?
A tech writer? A brand book.
Yeah, that's part of their brand book. Every time you say the name, you have to sing it.
I like it.
Me too.
This is like the first time I've ever not been deeply disadvantaged by how I had to interact with a brand. Next, Lucas.
Lucas Duff from
An
Ballad of the Seven Dice.
official Lucas. Yeah. Please come back.
We need him to.
Marcus. Brackelman.
Broccoli.
Spiky Broccoli.
Spiky Brax.
He just sounds sci-fi, like the personification of the future. Marcus with a K.
And a Brackelman with an X.
Yeah. That's the sound that makes together.
Duffman wants to party down. That's the Duffman quote.
And Fernando Garcia, who has an entire place named after him.
Fernando.
Garcia Station.
Yeah. And Eric B.
Oh my God, it's been a while since we've done an Eric Ben Rhodes song. It's been a while
since we've sang of him, since we've sang of his exploits.
What are some songs that come to mind immediately when thinking today?
Like a Wagner hero.
When I think of the name Eric B. Rhodes, I think of the songs...
Whitney Houston.
Sing it.
Eric Rhodes.
I don't think she does that one.
Eric Rhodes.
I think she...
like an Eric Rhodes.
We've done that before.
We've done all of
that. How does the Titanic song go again?
Evan's got a spreadsheet and you're ruining it.
In my dream,
Eric Rhodes. Eric Rhodes. Eric Rhodes.
I'm just screaming.
That my Eric goes roads.
There we go.
That's beautiful.
Hope you enjoyed that, Eric.
Oh, Eric, that door.
Evan doesn't do that for everybody. That's just
special.
how it is.
That's special.
It is.
Oh my God.
That could be a ringtone.
We could turn it into a ringtone. Let us know if you want it.
Or like an alarm.
Let us know what
Wake up
you
every day
want.
filled with fear.
You sick.
And last but not least, don't forget him.
Or do.
Can't forget him.
Noodle.
The
Don't.
noodle?
No. Yeah. Don't.
The
Noodle. The official noodle. The only noodle left
The
in the
noodlest
galaxy.
noodle?
The noodly noodles.
Noodle.
Noodly,
The holder of
And Noodle's the best
blessed
because
pen.
every morning he wakes us up with a good morning bastards on the Discord. So if you want
He
to
does.
hear that amazing greeting from the famous Noodle, then join us on Patreon and join the Discord
Where we talk like this
daily
to you all day.
because we're bored.
Which is
All day, every
probably
day.
going to scare a lot of people off. But that's okay because the right ones are going to come
And
in.
it's the truth. You should know this. You should know what you're getting into.
Yeah, on our Patreon, I have a meme channel.
So every time you don't hear Cleo talking in the game, that's because she's making
It's because
memes.
I'm busy. Ooh, I should post a meme in there. But it's because I'm busy working hard for our patrons.
Yeah, sharing memes.
Collecting memes.
It is true.
Collecting them memes, bruh.
It's important.
I'm confused about these alignment color selectors.
What?
One of the memes you put, Cleo. But yeah, so that's that. Oh, we have some fan arts to quickly talk about as well.
Fan art.
Yes.
Fan
we have
art.
some fan art.
Oh, damn.
And this week it is all about Max Behrens, who has done the Bastards in fully realized 3D, and it's amazing.
First of all, Max is like
That shit was awesome.
quickly becoming one of my like personal heroes.
Yeah.
So we have turnarounds, 3D turnarounds, which you will see on Instagram of each character, Dr. Z, Herodotus, and Cleo.
Is that the official name for it?
3D turnarounds, which is just like a spinning thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I just call them marmosets.
Because it's the Marmoset program. It's like naming a vacuum a Hoover.
I'm going to go to a Xerox and blow my nose into a Kleenex.
Exactly.
Bye. cut myself, need a band-aid.
Yeah, true.
I mean, a marmoset is quite a cute name for it.
But he's done this amazing image
Do you got a marm of that 3D model?
the three of us bastards walking off the Grey Dragon, off Reese and into Garcia Station, and it is beautiful. Ooh, you really need to see it. It's on the Instagram now, and yeah, it's badass. So thank you, Max.
It's pretty amazing.
Mhm.
The level of sort of detail there makes it hard for me to envision the bastards any other way now.
It does. Yeah, even myself, who I had a clear idea of what I wanted Z to look like, now I see it very closer to that now, and it's crazy. But
The gold detailing is so awesome because it's very space age.
It's very cool. So thank you, Max. And you can also see that on the Discord. And he posted a bunch of shots from his time making it there. And other than that, we have some patches. Do you want to talk about the patches, Tay?
Yes, I do want to talk about the patches. So we have patches now, and the only way that you can get one is by pledging at the Bastard Aristocracy tier of our Patreon, because they are really big patches of DM Dick Dynamite. They say Dragon Daddy. They're incredibly slick, pink and white, retro theme, and he is looking extremely ripped and holding a baby dragon.
It's very cool.
Looking
It is
better than
very
I
cool.
am in this quarantine age, in real life. But it's all right.
Yeah. I mean,
Patches
it's
are
not
going out into
actually
the
as
world more
ripped
than
as
me.
he is all the time,
Mhm.
but, we wanted to make it family friendly so that you can wear it to, your child's...
So you tone down the sexiness a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a shirt,
Yeah.
so you can't see the nipple clamps,
Mhm.
but that's on the next patch that it will do. But these are literally 6, I don't know, they're big. They're bigger than a normal patch.
But they're beautiful.
Whatever that means. And
Bigger
they're
than normal.
incredible. And we posted them on all of our socials so you can see what they look like. But they're amazing. And Leah from Rolly Hog Studios, I'm putting studios on the end of that because this was professional as hell. She did them for us, and they're incredible. She lives in LA with
We can leave a link.
With the
We could
sun
leave a link to
and fire.
her in the show notes as well.
So you can also get patches from someone that knows what they're actually doing. Just so you know, the sunglasses and the bolo tie on the patches is actually metallic, like real life.
So cool.
Made from real sand.
Real sand.
Real sand. And there are an extremely limited number of them, so if you want one, you better pledge Bastard Aristocracy, because once they're gone, I don't know if we're gonna make them again. They were really expensive. But we will definitely always have a patch on that tier, because that is one of the things that you receive when you become an aristocrat in our society. So get up on that,
Nice.
because they are slick as hell, and if I have to cram them down your throats again on all of our social channels so that you know what I'm talking about, I will.
Fair enough too. So
Yeah.
yeah. Amazing. All right. Well, that's that, isn't it?
Well, until next time, same bastard channel, same bastard network.
I was trying to do some music, but I kind of got lost halfway through.
Tune in next time for another edge of your seat adventure in space with the Backwater Bastards.
If you enjoy listening, but also have eyes, check out our Instagram, where we post drawings, illustrations, character art from our adventures. Backwater_Bastards. Check out our Instagram on Instagram.